Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Alex Base. Today I've got the Realme GT6T, which is the light version of GT6 really. This one is the 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes of storage, and you can get it up to 16 gigabytes of RAM and 512 gigabytes of storage. And judging by the box, there is no charger inside of it. And also, this is the European model, and I ordered it from Germany. This one here is with some very interesting specs considering the price. It's 399 euros. It's about 342 pounds, really, when you convert it. And let's open it and see what's inside of it. There we go. Getting there, really. Now this one here, and the phone. So this is the phone itself. Let's put this one aside for a second. It's an empty one. See what's inside of this one. It's got a protective case. Yay! Very nice. That's a good touch. The porcupine device. Usual user guide, and I'm guessing warranty. And it's got a USB-A to USB-C cable, and of course, as expected, no charger in it. It's this one here. This is the phone here. Let's see what it is. A plastic frame, as I can see. It's got a pre-applied screen protector, which is a nice touch. Thank you for that, Realme. It's got a stereo speakers and dual SIM, but no eSIM support, unfortunately. USB-C, as we saw, the microphone up there, as well as an IR blaster. On the back is a simple setup. It's a dual camera setup, really, and that's a 50 megapixel main camera and an 8 megapixel ultra wide with a no macro cam. It's not gonna be missed, really. And the front of it is protected by Gorilla Glass 2 Victus, which is pretty good. This is, as I said, plastic frame, which is sturdy built, and this one here is I'm guessing a glass, but unspecified what exactly it is, with a shiny one. I usually don't do this one, but I'm gonna take this off, really. This time, I usually keep it on, but I'm gonna take it off this time. There we go, out of the way. And yeah, I would think it is actually glass. It does not leave anything like, normal plastic leaves lots of fingerprints. This one is a bit better, although here on the top is gonna be lots of dust hanging it in with time passing, really. Let's I'm gonna set it up, turn it on, set it up, and we'll take it from there. Alrighty, turn it on. This one here comes with 3 years of software update and 4 years of security updates. That's what Realme confirmed, just like on the GT6. However, they didn't specify what kind of support that would be. It would be bi-monthly or monthly or quarterly. They just said as often as needed. So we're gonna have to take their word for it. It's a typical Realme UI, really. It's similar to Oppo's ColorOS and OnePlus's Oxygen OS. And it's Android 14 running on outside of the box. There we go. It's Realme UI 5 and with Snapdragon 7 Plus Gen 3 chipset, which is great. And just like on devices from Android 14 onwards, really actually was Android 13, they've made some changes to the software. For example, you can do and keep track of your battery as health, just like on iPhones, and also on this one here, you've got the GT mode, which basically is the turbo mode, makes it as fast as possible. It's going to be, of course, draining more battery. It's up to you if you want to have it on or off. For gaming, I guess you can keep it on. And the other one's got some AI features, but I'm not high on AI really. I think it's still in the early stages, and it slows down the experience so much. It's actually not any good for me, so I'm gonna skip that part. Software-wise, it feels snappy, reliable. We're gonna get in more details afterwards. And the let's see what it's got here. It's got some bloatware, which can be, of course, uninstalled. For example, this one, I'm gonna get rid of it. Got some more to do actually. TikTok, nope. Theme store, probably have to stay on, unfortunately, but others can be undone. Fitbit, booking.com, and so on. And everyday use is quite smooth and responsive. I actually quite enjoyed it, and it's never had any issues with it. And the battery is 5,500 milliamp hour battery. That's, for some people, that's easily 2-day battery. I mean, it's super good. No matter what I threw at it, it just threw it out and lasted. The box does not contain a charger. I found 180-watt SuperVOOC charger from OnePlus. It's actually the same company, so any Oppo, OnePlus, or Realme charger would work. Charge it from 0 to 100% in 31 minutes, which is astonishing. It has a gorgeous 120Hz LTPO Super Fluid AMOLED screen with HDR10 Plus and Dolby Vision support, which is awesome at this price point, really. And it can go down to 1 Hz and as high as 120 Hz. It's a 1.5K resolution as well. And when you're browsing, it goes down to 1 Hz and 120 Hz max, but it must have enough ambient light. If it's not, it's going to be stuck between 60 and 120 Hz, which is still not bad at all, really. And when you're into the Google Maps, it goes up to 60 Hz and then it goes down to 1 Hz as well. In Google Photos, it goes up all the way to 120 Hz and then to 1 Hz when you are not interacting with the screen, which is pretty good. Videos are alternating between 30 and 60 Hz, depending on the content, really. On Amazon and Netflix, for example, Amazon Prime, I meant, there's mostly 60 Hz. And it's got Dolby Vision, as I said, and it works fine in Netflix and in Amazon Prime. The HDR10 Plus and 4K is also pretty good, and it's outside is very legible. It's good brightness and deep black colors, and not only the picture is pretty good, the stereo speakers are also quite good too.
Why would he do that?
There is some bass as well. Sounds pretty good. Mid tones are also very decent. Definitely very good speakers overall. The top speaker is a little bit obviously less loud, it's quieter, and naturally this one is louder on the bottom, but still very good overall. Not much of a low-end thump, really. Yeah, not much, but still is good overall. I think these speakers are very good, and definitely gets a thumbs up from me. The performance of the chip is actually quite good. The CPU of the 7 Plus Gen 3 is close to the 8 Gen 2 from last year, flagship. It's a very impressive chip in that regard. The GPU is nowhere near as powerful as the 8 Gen 2, but still quite good for this class. Gaming, unfortunately, none of the games I tried went past 60 Hz, and none of them went to 120 Hz, not even 90 Hz. That's a shame, but apart from that, it was mostly consistent and very few hiccups. And it's not a gaming phone after all, and it is still a mid-ranger, but I would think that the gaming was satisfying, definitely. And it's not bad at all. Now let's take a look at the cameras. 50 megapixel main sensor with optical image stabilization, an 8 megapixel ultra wide, and a 32 megapixel selfie camera. The selfies during the day are superb. The colors are very natural, the skin tone is also very natural, and excellent detail in both in the subject and in the background. And these are among the best selfies I've seen on a smartphone, and the separation of subject is also very good in portrait. The main camera produces very natural photos. I was actually pleasantly surprised by the consistency and the detail that they do. And the white balance is mostly consistent, and the high dynamic range is more than decent. And I was quite happy with the photos during the day. There's absolutely no doubt that the detail is at a good level, and also there's a consistency in the shots as well, no matter what angle you're actually taking it from. And the ultra wide obviously is a little bit softer at 8 megapixel. You cannot expect much, and they are not that great, but still usable, that's for sure. And the 2 times zoom is also okay, and too bad it's not more than 2 times, but then again, it is what it is. Overall, during the day, those pictures are good. Night shots from the main camera are also pretty decent, and with the flash or without the flash, they're still pretty good actually. I didn't expect much, to be honest with you, but still the dynamic range is good, and there is some detail in the shadows. And when you take a picture in when it's enough light, it's actually quite clear. The ultra wide is pretty much useless, really, unless you are shooting a very good, well lit area. And the zoom is decent. Given the price, I would not be too critical of the camera at all, really. It's just too bad it does not have a telephoto, or at least a bigger zoom. And the selfies during the night are actually quite good, just like the day ones. They've got plenty of detail, and you don't even have to use a flash. Actually, they are very consistent with a accurate description of the subject. I'm very happy with that. Moving over to the video, and I expected average detail, but it actually turned out to be good. And the colors were also quite natural, and the selfie video also turned out to be quite good. And the stabilization was okay, nothing spectacular, but definitely again better than expected, and I couldn't complain given the price, really. And you see the rest of the videos, and you can let me know what you think. Here's how the selfie looks like on the Realme GT6T at Full HD 10 frames per second. This is on the slightly, I would say, not exactly so wide angle, but anyhow, 0.8. And then is the normal one. Not a big difference, is it? 0.8, 1. Yeah, I thought so. This is on 4K, 30 frames per second, and it's got the same option. This is the normal one, and 0.8 for a slightly wider angle. Not a big of a difference, is it? There we go. Yeah, pretty much. Overall, this is a great phone. I've enjoyed using it very much. The biggest weakness, of course, is the camera, the lack of telephoto, the mediocre ultra wide camera. And this is the biggest issue of the phone. Apart from that, it's actually a beast. And that's all from me. Till next time. Ciao.